tough to find value, but I think I've done it, lads. I think I've done it.
Liking the sound of this. Liking the sound of this.
That sounds like an absolute banker.
Like they say, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Told you I was
Welcome to Weekend Wager, where every Friday afternoon we use in-depth stats and razor-sharp analysis to unearth the best value bets from the upcoming sporting weekend. I'm Will Pugh, and helping me this week is football broadcaster Kwaku Afari, and a man whose name in Latin translates to betting expertise. It's Betfair's Sam Rosbottom. Sam will be judging which of our punts are most on the money and, of course, revealing some hidden value wagers of his own. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think of our bets in the comments.
Told you I was
Gentlemen, absolutely wonderful to have you with us as always. How are you getting on?
All good, mate.
All good, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know you did Latin.
I do Latin, yeah. I'm very experienced. I went to one of them posh schools. I definitely didn't. Sam, we love you so much here on Weekend Wager. We've decided to partner up with Betfair. What a wonderful start to the new run of Weekend Wager.
Yeah, no pressure now. Fingers crossed that we keep coming up with the goods with the winners.
Exactly that. Well, we did have, lads, our best week so far on Weekend Wager last week. 3 of our 6 Premier League bets coming in. I finally had a winner with my less than 2.5 goals bet during Liverpool City. Liverpool, of course, coming out 2-0 winners. You were there, Sam, weren't you?
Don't remind me. Please don't remind me.
But 2 wins in the Everton game as well. Beto, 2 shots on target for you, Sam, at 2-1. That was Kwaku. Nice one. Everton winning at half-time. We were all texting, weren't we? I had Everton to win, of course, which was the only one that let us down. All texting at half-time, and it was me who let the team down. Not good at all.
Told you I was
Right, Sam, we're going to start with your beloved Man City. We do tend to do them quite a lot on Weekend Wager. I'm not sure if you've had a word with the bosses or not, but it's Man City versus Plymouth, FA Cup, 5th round, Saturday night at the Etihad, 5:45 kickoff. Kwaku, an excellent run in this competition for Plymouth Argyle so far. Beat Brentford away 1-0 and then Liverpool at home 1-0 in the previous round. Had a bit of an upturn after getting rid of Wayne Rooney in January. City, on the other hand, beat Tottenham away, of course, in the Premier League. Scraped through, 1-0 win that was. I'm not going to give you too much credit there, Sam. And, of course, beat the mighty Leyton Orient in the 4th round, having to come from behind to win 2-1 in East London. What have you got for us on this one, Kwaku?
It's tough to find value, but I think I've done it, lads. I think I've done it. Man City to win and Kevin De Bruyne to score 11-8. No player has been involved in more cup goals than Kevin De Bruyne. In 26 games, he scored 9 goals, 17 assists. He's a man that can rise up. I wouldn't say this is a big occasion, but against lower league opposition, I think you see Kevin De Bruyne come to the fore, and I think he'll be very, very good against a team in Plymouth who are just happy to be here.
It's quite interesting you say that, but it does feel a little bit like the magic's gone, and he had that injury, didn't he? And since then, he's not been quite the same. And the levels he was hitting before, obviously that's not going to last forever. But I'm eager to hear what you've got to say about your beloved KDB in a little while, Sam. But before that, I'm just going straight off the bat. Kwaku, Manchester City to score 4 or more goals at 5-2. I know you're looking at me like that, but a little bit of better value than yours, to be fair. And like you say, not loads of value in games like this, really, because the odds are so overwhelmingly in the Premier League team's favour. But I just fancy they have struggled a bit recently. But have a listen to this, right? Man City have won their last 18 FA Cup games against lower league sides by an aggregate score of 69-9. So they absolutely love it in this competition. They don't faff around when it comes to playing the lower league teams. And their last defeat against someone from a lower division was 1-0 at Wigan Athletic in the 2017-2018 season. Funnily enough, in the same round as this. So, Sam, you've got Manchester City to score 4 or more goals at 5-2, which is my bet. And you've got Kwaku having Man City to win, Kevin De Bruyne to score at 11-8. What do you think of those? What have you got for us?
Well, I hope they both come in, to be honest with you. That would be great, wouldn't it? Great for me. Look, I am not convinced on City's goal-scoring record at the minute. They've only scored 2 goals in their last 3 games. Obviously, Haaland is now back. He got on the score sheet in midweek, didn't he? How much of an involvement he'll have?
Should have been 2.
Oh, absolutely. He should have scored 2. You're completely right there. How much of an involvement he'll have on Saturday, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to side with Kwaku on
Come on,
this
you always
one.
give me the first one. What's going on?
I like Kevin De Bruyne to score in this one. We obviously saw against Leyton Orient. He came on, was the difference in that game. And yes, Kevin De Bruyne is slowing down this season. It feels like a bit of a swan song for him.
Has he lost the magic?
Look, like they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. So I think Kevin De Bruyne will do the business on Saturday for City.
And what have you got for us, Sam?
Yeah, another player for City who we're not seeing the best of this season, has been on the fringes as well, but I think this is an opportunity for him against Plymouth. Jack Grealish. So I like him to score or assist at 4-6.
Okay.
I also like him to have one or more shots on target at 8-13. They're both odds on shout. So combining them both in a bet builder comes out at 11-10, which I think is a nice price there. Grealish, 4 goal involvements in 2 FA Cup starts this season. He's also had 3 shots in those 2 games, one of them being on target as well. So a big opportunity for Jack Grealish this weekend against Plymouth.
Yeah, it sounds like one for the bet builder as you've done there, Sam. Just quickly, we've mentioned it with De Bruyne there. Jack Grealish, talking about magic fading. Is his City career over?
I think we're going to see a lot of outgoings in the summer for City. It wouldn't surprise me if Grealish is one of them.
Excellent stuff, mate. Look, don't forget to let us know what you think of our wagers in the comments and any other punts you're having on the FA Cup this weekend.
Told you I was right.
Right, gentlemen, we go across Manchester for our second game on Weekend Wager. Manchester United versus Fulham, Sunday 4:30 kickoff. A huge game, this one, for both teams for different reasons. United just scraping through against Ipswich on Wednesday night, 3-2 win at home with 10 men, to be fair. They're struggling in the league though at the moment, aren't they? 14th, beat Leicester 2-1 at home in the last round. Fulham also coming into this game off a win, 2-1 away at Wolves. They are going great guns this season, very underrated. Won 2-1 at Wigan in the 4th round. Kwaku, what have you got for me?
You mentioned Manchester United scraping through, and when they do win, which is rare for Manchester United
It really
these
is, isn't it?
days,
Yeah.
they are scraping through. But I've got Man United to win, both teams to score 100-30. Manchester United, surprisingly, got an incredible record against Fulham, despite being dismal generally over the last 5 or 6 years.
You're really going in for United,
Well,
aren't you?
it's easy.
Sam's bit in your ear, isn't
Liking
it?
the sound of this. Liking the sound of this.
Man United have lost just 1 of their last 21 games against Fulham in all competitions, winning 17 of those, 3 draws in there. So they're very, very dominant against the West London side. And both teams have scored in all 4 FA Cup ties they've been involved in this season. So there will be goals on both sides. I expect Manchester United to sneak through.
Yeah, so they're both conceding and scoring is what you're getting at there. Yeah, I don't hate that, to be fair. The one thing I would say, Kwaku, is that Fulham, I think, are really underrated this season. They're sitting pretty in 9th. They've had a few games that have sort of gone against them that they've been unlucky and probably been the better side. Marco Silva's doing great things there. Man United, as Sam says, and I don't want to quote you directly, Sam, but Man United are terrible, was your words. You seem to get that in every episode, don't you? I just can't see anything other than a Fulham win here, really. What are you saying?
I just think Manchester United, they've got history in the FA Cup. Last 2 seasons, reached the FA Cup final both occasions. Obviously, the first season, Ten Hag got to the final against Man City, lost. Last season, beat Man City in the final. They were massive underdogs. I think this is a cup team, and I think they'll show it against Fulham on the weekend.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Look, I'm going Bruno Fernandes to score any time at 5-2. He has been a rare shining light in an otherwise grim, dark season for Manchester United this season, has he not? 11 goal contributions Fernandes has got in his last 11 FA Cup appearances. That's 7 goals and 4 assists. And as well, he only failed to register a goal contribution in 2 of those last 11 FA Cup matches. He loves this competition. He's trying to drag United single-handedly towards some sort of success this season. So I really fancy that he'll be on the score sheet at least. Sam, you've got Bruno Fernandes to score any time, which is mine, at 5-2. And you've got Kwaku, Man United to win and both teams to score at 100-30. You'll love it if Manchester United don't win. What do you think of those bets? What are you saying?
Well, 2 selections again that I can both really get on board with, and I wouldn't be, adverse to putting both in a bet builder, to be honest with you. But if I'm going to have to pick one, it's going to be a clean sweep for Kwaku this week.
On.
That's in there.
I can see both teams scoring in this game, and I can see Manchester United getting through in this one. It wouldn't surprise me if Fulham take the lead early or are winning at half-time, and then Manchester United come back into it and turn the game on its head. We've seen, haven't we? They almost did that at Everton, didn't they? They got back into it with the draw, and then obviously the game in midweek against Ipswich where they turned it around again. So they're building a little bit of momentum at the minute, Manchester United. But look, I'm not going to get carried away on them, but I do think they'll probably win this one.
Yeah, it is Ruben Amorim's sort of opportunity, isn't it, to extract some silver lining from the dark cloud that has been their season. Other than that, what have you got for us then, Sam?
Yep, well, I've got to call out Alex Iwobi because a few weeks ago on Weekend Wager, in this Fulham v Manchester United, we did say Alex Iwobi 2 shots on target. That came in.
About half an hour.
Yeah, about half an hour.
Yeah, brilliant.
Price, the value isn't quite there on Iwobi, I don't think, this time. For him to have 3 or more shots, 23-10. But what I am keen on in this one is Sander Berge to commit 2 or more fouls at 6-4.
Rosbottom into the fouls market again.
Yeah,
he loves it, doesn't he?
Fouls market again, boys. He's committed 14 in his last 10 games, with at least 2 committed in 5 of those, including 3 against Manchester United back in January when Iwobi did the business for us then. Hopefully, it's Sander Berge this time.
That sounds like an absolute banker. But to be fair, Sam, every single time you deliver your stats on Weekend Wager, I go away thinking there's no way that's not coming in. Look, if you're having a bet this weekend, as always, please play responsibly and take time to think. Visit begambleaware.org.
Told you I was right.
Right, gentlemen, it's that time of the show where every week for those punters up and down the country who fancy a flutter on something non-football. Sam, we got racing and cricket, but we'll start with the horses.
Yeah, it's been an exciting week because Cheltenham isn't far away now.
Less than 2 weeks?
Less than 2 weeks until the festival, and Constitution Hill was out for a gallop around Kempton. Remember that 12 months ago, it was at this point when he had a public run out, when he was pulled out of the festival, and it was a huge disappointment. But pleased to say that everybody was very impressed with how Constitution Hill breezed up around Kempton. Now 4-5 from 10-11 to win the champion hurdle. Full steam ahead to day one of Cheltenham.
And what we got at Newbury this weekend?
Going on to Saturday, looking at the big handicap chase of Saturday at 3:45. Interesting one. There are a couple of horses in here who are going for the Grand National. Iroko, the favourite, currently 7-2.
Yep.
Last time out was hampered a little bit on trials day at Cheltenham, lost an iron, but one that he's very much using this as a prep run for the Grand National. Billy, the Real Big Red at 9-2 next up, second favourite. And then one that I fancy in this one, Can Do Kid for Betfair ambassador Paul Nicholls, 11-2 at the minute, course and distance winner, Grand National hopeful as well, second in the race last year on heavy ground. So hopefully the rain isn't as bad going into the weekend, and it can go one better this time.
OK, right, let's move on to the cricket in Pakistan. England in ICC Champions Trophy action. They can't progress in the tournament. They've been absolutely woeful, but there is jeopardy on this game against South Africa, is there not? Because South Africans need to win to progress.
Yeah, I mean, huge disappointment that England are out of the competition, which we haven't seen this competition for quite some time. And there was optimism, wasn't there, around the England camp, really. And against Afghanistan, just 8 runs they lost by. So brutal in the end. But like you said, there is jeopardy on the line here. South Africa haven't qualified yet. They have to win this game, and they are fancied to do so. Their odds on at 8-11. England to upset the party for South Africa. Even money. It's a bit of a free hit now, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it? The reins are off, so to speak. So is there any money anywhere? Is there any value anywhere else?
Well, with the reins being off, so to say, you'd hope one day cricket that they're going to go out there and absolutely go for it. I've been really impressed with Joe Root. Even though England are out, he has been carrying England at times, hasn't he? I mean,
as he has done for how many years
now?
Yeah,
he's scored 50+ runs in 3 of his last 4 ODIs. For him to score 50 runs in this one, 6-4, which I think is a great price considering he's been England's key man.
Yeah, if you fancy a little weekend bet builder, that sounds like another one to stitch in with a couple of our other weekend wagers.
Told you I was right.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Sun Sports Weekend Wager in partnership with Betfair. Make sure you give this video a like, let us know what you think of our bets in the comments, and subscribe to Sun Sports YouTube channel to make sure you never miss an episode. Follow Sun Sport and Sun Football on socials for your latest clips and news, and we'll see you back here next week. As always, if you're having a bet this weekend, please play responsibly and take time to think. Visit begambleaware.org.